What's going on, everybody? We at this pick park. We fixing to go in here, trying to wait out the rain a little bit. It's starting to ease up. I'll pick this back up when we get in there. I'm gonna pay my $2 and go in here and see what kind of junk we can find. Well, so far, it's kind of been a bust out here, y'all. There's some OBSs and stuff, but nothing that I really think's worth coming out here and walking around in the rain to see. It's kind of an oddity right here. This is probably a 86 to about 92 or 93 Mazda B2300, I think, 2300. And it's four-wheel drive. Pretty rare bird, I think. You don't see very many of these four-wheel drive like this around here. Other than that, that's the only thing that I've really seen that remotely catches my eye. Other than there's a lot of LS trucks out here with the motors still in them. Look what I found, old Dodge pickup. It's four-wheel drive, looks like somebody's old mud toy. Probably got a 360 in it, I'm assuming. I don't know my Dodge's carburetor's off of it. It's been getting rained in, so it's probably not any good. I hadn't seen the whole truck. It may be all right if I can get around and look at it. Like the big wagon wheels. Let's get over here, you know. No, it's just half a truck. It's just half a truck. Missing a bed, missing probably the only good thing on it. It was four-wheel drive automatic. Pretty decent cab though. I don't know. That's some rust in the bottom. Now here's some old stuff here. Is that a Granada? I don't know what this is. It's a Ford of some sort. Thunderbird looks like it. Let's look and see. Maybe there'll be a telltale somewhere. There's nothing telling me what it is. I think it's Thunderbird, but I'm not sure. Yeah, about a late 70s Thunderbird. It's like 302 maybe. Full of water, I'm sure. But who knows? You know, here's old 67, 72 Chevrolet. Long wheelbase. Pretty complete truck, minus hood. Windshield's busted. Like something's fell on the top of it. No, there's the hood. Shut the hood. This thing's got steering column in it, all the dash, all the gauges. The rear end's gone. No, I still got a rear end. Sure wish I could find a place that's full of these things for the prices they sell this stuff for. It'd be great. I'm looking for some third-gen Camaro stuff. I'm actually looking for some 250 6-cylinder stuff. I doubt I'm gonna find any of that out here, but it's worth coming and looking. I mean, much as you got to pay to get in, and the prices of these parts. That's short wheelbase. That's a short wheelbase C2. It's rough. I don't know what y'all consider rough, but that's rough to me. I'm not used to rusted out, rotten. That's four-wheel drive too. That's pretty cool. But anyway, let's keep looking. See all these Silverados with these V8s in them, these LSs. I don't know if they're good or not. I'm sure they're not if they were good, but you never know. I mean, they're not as desired as they used to be. It's a pretty decent looking old truck right here. I had a green one too. It's not a bad looking truck. It's actually pretty nice. It's probably a 9902 model, I'm assuming. Yeah, it'd have to be, unless they changed the grill and stuff out. That's the V8 to have right there. It's the first gen LSs. Who knows what's wrong with it though? It's probably locked up or knocking or something. It's got some 4.2 parts, or not? It's 5.3 parts. Anyway, we got another Chevrolet pickup down here, square body. Got a couple Samurais. That one's got the motor in it. I think they're 1.6s. I'm not 100% on that. That one's got antifreeze down in it. Somebody took, every car I've come across out here, the daggum doors are open or the hood's up. If y'all go to these places, just shut the door and shut the hood. Just because you assume them parts are bad don't necessarily mean they're bad. If you leave the hood up or the doors open, you're in the interior, which just doesn't matter. But shut the hood on these things, guys. Long wheelbase custom deluxe C10. It's got newer model wheels on it. Trans power brake. It's got a little body filler in the front fender. Got new model wheels on it. The hood is a good looking hood too in the bed of this thing. If anybody needs a hood. It's automatic. It smells like antifreeze pretty bad. Must have a heater core bad or something. Hey, there's somebody poured a gallon in the Dodge Ramp truck. Pretty cool. Pretty cool looking old truck. I might cut it off pieces. It's probably a 90, late 80s, early 90s model probably. By the looks of the steering wheel it is. Throttle body motor. Yeah. It's not as old as they look, you know. These old Dodges was like the old man of the 90s. They look like they were 80 years old when they come out. I've never liked them, just FYI. The 1-ton section, or at least I assume it's 1 ton. Got an old Ford F-350 here. It's got probably a, I don't know, that's a 7.3. Yeah, or 6.9. It may be old enough to have 6.9 in it. Either way, it's international. It may not be. I don't know. It may be a gas motor. I didn't see a spark plug. I don't see a spark plug in it. I see a. Yeah, it's got that thing for the yeah, whatever it is. Here's another Ford F-350 flatbed. Got a wick stuff, or somebody liked it. This is I guess it's a 6.9 or a 7.3. I'm not sure. I didn't see the turbo. We got a Chevrolet right here. It's got a 6.5 in it. With a 6.5 turbo diesel. Never had the privilege of working on these. They said they're pretty good engines. Really don't know. But I like these trucks. I'd rather have a crew cab version, but these are pretty nice trucks. Mitsubishi Raider. Pretty odd around here. It's like a pretty nice little rig. I don't know why anybody would be wanting parts off this side. You never see them. There's a couple old school Blazers. It's a S10 right here. It's 4-wheel drive too. It's got the motor in it. Oh, somebody done pulled all the goods out of it. Pulled the door. That's a 88 to 93, I think. No, that's older than that. It's probably had a 2.8 in it. It's probably a digital dash and everything. It's a pretty nice truck back in the day, probably. Here's another one. I'm gonna say it's probably 88 to 93. 4-wheel drive too. It's got the motor in it. I do need to starter off one of these, but I really don't want to get down in the mud today. Don't really need it today. Well, I guess it's got the same column that one's got in it. It may be a, I thought they changed the steering columns out in 88, or the steering wheel anyway. I may not have. But I do need some of these. I can get them when I get them. The Range Rover section. I do need some seats. I don't know if these are bucket. I'm sure they are in the front. No, they ain't even worth fooling with. Give me some seats to put in one of my old cars. We'll put a little bit of Land Rover in there, or Range Rover, whatever this crappy thing's called. Man, that ain't worth looking at either. Just a bunch of junk in this junkyard, man. Here we go. Here's a Volkswagen. See what the seats look like in it. The dang gum doors open. Yeah, seats don't look bad, but I don't want leather seats really. Really don't want leather. All right, fellas, here's probably the best thing out here. It's a, I don't know what year model. Pretty nice little truck from what I can see. It's an 86 model Isuzu pickup. I do think if it's got all 4 of these center caps, or hook caps, I'm gonna snatch them. You wouldn't think that'd be an 86 model. It does have all 4 hook caps. Windshield's gone. Pretty solid little truck. But where you gonna find a fender? Yeah, you're gonna find one around here. It's 5-speed. Door shuts good. It's got fairly new tires on it. It looks to be. Well, they got a bunch of dry rotted pretty good. I don't know that I want them hook caps Consumer Isuzu 86 model. I was thinking it was a Love walking up to it. It's not a Love. This thing was probably somebody's daily driver before they pulled it out here. It looks good. It don't look like something's been setting for 20 years. Let's see what motor it's got in it. If it's got a motor. And it may not yet. Looks like somebody stole the hood prop, but this is a, assuming like it's probably a 1.6 or something. Let's see. I don't see anywhere where it says. It probably saying it right in front of me, and I just don't know where to look. But anyway, this is this thing looks good, man. It's complete. But there's a reason it's out here. I'm sure it's probably blowed up or something. Anyway, there's your 86 Isuzu. For you Ford guys, here's a F-150. OBS F-150, I guess is what they're called. I don't know. It's a pretty straight old truck. Looks like anyway, other than this side. Here's another older old, it's probably 86, 87 model. Pretty nice for a junkyard truck. You know, I thought this junkyard actually pulled stuff from their scrapyard, and I'm sure they do, but it looks to me like they're getting them at auction too, because they all got tags on them. So I was under the wrong impression of this scrapyard. It's kind of a letdown. I was hoping to see some older stuff out here. This is it, you know what I mean? It's I guess I'll have to keep hunting for older stuff. It's getting really hard to find that old junk, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it, but just cry about it, I guess. Alright, boys, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of a letdown. That sucked. They had a few things out there, but nothing that nothing I can use. I mean, I know there's a bunch of LS's. They're $265 plus a $65 core, but you don't know if they're any good or not. And I don't know that a core motor is worth $265. I've got a buddy that knows a guy. That's all he deals with is GM stuff, and I can probably get a LS known good motor from him for $500. And I'd rather do that than go out there and pull one and still have to pay $350 for it, because I don't have a core. So. But anyway, we're gonna hit up another one. I'm trying to find some third-gen Camaro stuff. Or just trying to see what's there. There was some stuff there I could have got, but I didn't really want to get in that mud and water right now. Right now we're under a hurricane, tornado, whatever it is. It's raining like crazy. So and over there's like a moat around the junkyard. So it's pretty rough. But I'll pick this back up when I get to this other yard. It's about an hour away. So we're gonna waste this whole day riding around looking for junk that we don't even need. But you never know what kind of deal you'll find going to these pickup parts. But anyway, I'll pick it back up when we get there. All right, y'all. We made it to this next yard over here. I'm just kind of waiting out the rain a little bit. I picked the right day to do this. I tell you, I'm never really off on Fridays. So to be off on a Friday, the only time these places are open, it's you kind of got to do what you got to do, I guess. All right, man, as y'all can hear, we're getting rained on. It is a rainy day here in Tennessee. Anyway, I'm gonna get out here and try to see what I can find. It ain't looking too promising. He said he didn't have anything that I was looking for, but still gonna look around anyway. You never know what you find. Also, we've been looking for some seats too, so we're gonna look for some of that stuff. Well, this yard isn't kept up as good as the rest of those yards. This thing is a mess. They do have some older stuff out here. I do see, it looks like a Regal, maybe about, I'm not sure, but so far it's looking better than the other one did. I do see some caddies. Like I say, it's a mess. You better come out here, you watch where you're going. This is an actual pickup part. The other one was not a pickup part. No, it's a box. That's old. Like a 307 in it. Now, carburetor is gone. It's missing a bunch of they got the distributor. I might pull the distributor out of that just to have it. See what it's got on the inside. It's got pretty good paint on this thing. This thing is it's actually pretty nice. Well, no, it's not, but for something this old, this is probably was it a 84 model? Look at there, somebody's glass. Somebody was drinking something. That's all. It's getting a little better. We got an old late 70s Corvette. It's like a 78 to 81, I think. Maybe older. I don't know my bets. But got a bunch of good parts. It's got a motor in it. Look at that. That makes you wonder why it's junk, really. I mean, it doesn't look wrecked. Somebody must just got tired of fooling with it. Four-wheel disc brakes. Probably got a good rear end. I don't know what else you'd put them rear ends under. But, the interior looks gone. It's been gutted. It's not a bad one. I don't know. I guess I don't really know. It's pretty much from where I'm sitting, it don't look too bad. It don't look like it should be in a junkyard. I don't know. Maybe broke in half or something for all I know. 78's what it is. Good doors, you know, wouldn't need any doors or any parts on one. There it is. I know a lot of people probably don't like them, but I like these Cadillacs pretty good. I don't like the motors in them. I think it's a 49, a 49, or 41, or 4900. But I like them. They got a good look to them. I ain't real crazy about the four-door versions, but I like them. Don't like the motors, but everything else, they're pretty good-looking old cars. Like I said, this yard is a mess, man. This is not kept up good at all. It's like somebody come through here and just ripped a bunch of stuff off and just throwed it, you know. But anyway, it makes it easier to work. If you need some parts off the motor, you know, I guess it'd be easier, but it's not as clean as the last yard we were at. There's some older stuff here. You know, I'm seeing Mustangs, and the guy did tell me that the third-gen Camaros usually didn't make it out here. They was usually picked clean at their yards. So, I understand. I'm a third-gen guy. I like them pretty good, too. So, something else that's older than a 2010, probably. This is looks like it's one of those four-wheel drive Hondas. It may not be four-wheel drive. Be a four-wheel drive Honda, but it may be. Boy, she's rough too. Golly. Looks like somebody's been fooling with it. And if you got one of these, you need some parts. Right here's one. You don't see very many of these things. I think this is a Honda Civic. That's what I think it is, a Honda Civic wagon. But it's a little bitty car. I found what I believe is a 280 or a 300Z. Car's in pretty rough shape. You don't see them hardly anymore. I think it's a 300. In fact, I think I know it is. It's a 280 or 300. I don't know my Z cars. I should know them, but I don't. Yeah, the door's locked. Definitely cool cars. This one's not, but they're usually pretty cool cars. Starting to make a comeback too. For you import guys, here's a BMW right here. This is pretty slick. I think it's a 523 or 525. Not sure, but these are pretty slick looking cars. Got some pretty cool looking wheels. I can get my phone to adjust. And back it up some. Yeah. There we go. It's a pretty slick car. Well, it was pretty nice. I like them a lot. I just don't know enough about them to buy one. I mean, knowing my luck, I'll buy a lemon, and then it costs you 20 grand to fix it. Got the old Yukon Denali here with the 88s on it. It's got a 6.0 in it. Boy, that looks so stupid. I think anyway. I mean, probably just lost a couple subscribers, but who cares? Here's another LS. There's LS's everywhere, man. Them things are a thing of the past. It looks like when you start seeing them in the pickup parts, they're usually probably either bad or they're probably bad. I wouldn't think these pickup parts would drag them out here. They're either bad or they're not bringing no money anymore now that the 6.2s and all that stuff have come out. Here's another old work truck here, service truck. It's a diesel. I'll say it's probably a late 80s, or possibly early. I don't know my Fords, but it's actually not that bad a shape, really. I mean, be something somebody could probably do something with. But here's some older, here's one older Chevrolet down here. And hopefully it's a 6-cylinder. It's probably not, but if it is, I need a couple of parts off the motor. But here's a D21. I do need some stuff. Well, I really need a motor, but I don't want that one. Let's see. This one does have. I like the wagon wheels. I like that a lot. Anyway, let me look at this thing and I'll bring y'all back. Let me see if it's got what I need. This little truck isn't the greatest thing, but it does have a small block in it. It probably does have a 350 turbo in it. I'm assuming 350 or 400. It's got a V8 in it. I didn't see what side the dipstick was on. It's probably a 350, but it's been open, exposed to everything. So I don't know. It's got a kick down cable. It might be a 700R, but I don't know. Not real sure that it's worth fooling with right now. I mean, I've got a couple of these transmissions already, but there's a distributor just sitting there. I may get that just because. Yeah, I may go ahead and get that distributor since it's out of it, and yeah, we'll see what happens after that much. May pull some stuff off the firewall that I think I can use for the. I've got an old Nova project that I'm working on right now. This thing, does it have a starter? I think it does have a starter. I may pull that starter too. Anyway, we'll see. All right, so that's going to conclude our video. I'll kind of give you a rundown of that one. That yard was a whole lot better than the one I just left earlier. It had a lot of good stuff. I'm probably going to go back to that one and buy some of their stuff. They got some fairly decent stuff. That yard feeds off of a yard that it's a 2014 and newer yard. It's a huge junkyard. There really wasn't anything out there that I just had to have. But there was some stuff that I could probably use or save, or it'd be good to have, you know. So I will be going back to that one. Most of those parts, like they wanted $100 for a HEI distributor. Man, all of y'all know as well as I do. You can get on Amazon or Jegs or Summit, any of those, and get a good brand new distributor for $150. A lot of times you can get on, you know, but you know, like I said, you're not getting AC Delco stuff. But I just can't give. I ain't gonna say I can't. I don't want to give that much for something that I don't know about. You know, those motors out there, they bust oil pans. They don't pull the drain plug. They bust a hole in the oil pan. So whatever motor you buy, you're gonna have to put an oil pan on it right out of the gate. So that's if it's good. So you really don't know. They give you because that yard gives you a 6-month warranty on all the motors. They give you, I think he said it was a month. I think he said it was a month. You get your money back after a month. It was instant in on yard credit. So I ain't real crazy about that because I don't, you know, if it ain't no good, I want my money back. You know what I mean? I don't want to spend my money, leave my money with you. In the other yard, which the motors at that yard, any motor, he said $400, $410 or something like that for any motor on the yard. Where the other yard, we went to the first one, it doesn't know what size engine it was. You know, and a V8, any of the V8s was $265, which was cheaper, but they didn't come with any kind of warranty. So I mean, kind of pick your poison, what you want to do. Both of them bust oil pans, drain the fluids out. They bust transmission pans, drain the fluids out. So, you know, as soon as you bust a hole in that stuff, drain all that oil out, moisture gets in it. I just, you know, so I understand EPA regulations and all that stuff. Man, come on, we're busting these oil pans, pull the drain plug out, you know? Because I'm not going to give $400 for a motor knowing I got to put a $100 oil pan on it. You know, I just soon go buy a motor from a guy that's got them that he knows are good, you know, gives you a warranty. To me, but anyway, that's just my take on it. If y'all are interested in stuff like this, let me know. I am going to put these videos out there when I do go to these yards, because I tell you what, it's probably one of my favorite things to do is to go walk a junkyard. You know, The only thing that would make it better is if my son was with me, you know. And you're probably going to see him in some of the videos because he loves it too. You know, hopefully I can find some yards that has some old stuff in it. But like I said, that stuff's hard to find. Anything old, man, they crushed everything, and it's a shame, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. And if y'all like it, like it. If you don't, you know. Comment, share, subscribe. Just let me know how I'm doing. Anyway, thank y'all for watching.